On September 11th, America saw the worst terrorist attack in U.S. history. A terrorist group hijacked multiple planes and hit the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and one crashed into a Pennsylvania field. Today, I'll be focusing on the Pentagon. American Airlines Flight 77 was flown into the west side of the Pentagon after being hijacked by 5 members of the terrorist group Al-Qaeda, led by millionaire Osama bin Laden. As a result of the attack on the Pentagon, 125 innocent people in the Pentagon passed away, 59 innocent people on the plane passed, and the 5 hijackers also died. Most rescues resulting in survivors happened in the first hour and a half after the Pentagon was hit. A factor that slowed the first responders down was the overbearing amount of volunteers that were willing to help and jump in. Many people that worked inside of the Pentagon ignored instruction to evacuate and instead stayed inside to help others. Rescue efforts prevented many deaths. The United States military couldn't have prevented the 9/11 attacks that caused 2,976 deaths in total. But the military were quick to respond by sending troops to Afghanistan to take offensive action against terrorist organizations. As precaution, America increased security nationwide. These responses mark the beginning of a long chapter of resilience and determination to keep our country safe. While numbers and locations help us understand the scale of 9/11, but they don't let us understand the personal loss behind the tragedy. For many families, 9/11 wasn't just a moment in history, but the day that their life was permanently altered, the day that they lost someone that they loved dearly. For my family, that loss was my grandpa, William Bill R. Ruth, who was inside the Pentagon that morning. He is what inspired me to choose this as my topic. I wanted to honor him. Here's his story. Bill was a veteran in Vietnam and Desert Storm. When he came home from Vietnam, he taught middle school social studies for 3 decades. As a hobby, he enjoyed being an American amateur radio operator. But what he really loved, other than spending time with his 2 kids, was being an active member of the Mount Airy VFW Post. On September 10, 2001, William had his first and last VFW meeting as the Mount Airy Post commander. William retired teaching in 1997 and got a job at the Pentagon. During the 9/11 attack, William heard a cry for help and went back in to follow the voice. That was the last time he was ever seen alive. William's son, my dad, Sean Ruth, was a WVU student at the time. I kept calling until I was able to reach his voicemail and leave a message, he said in the VFW magazine. A few weeks later, he found out that his father's remains were found. William then received a Purple Heart. Since my grandfather's passing, the Mount Airy VFW Post was named after him. He's also honored each year at the 9/11 memorial that me and my parents attend yearly.